Hey guys, just want to thank everybody for the amazing love based on yesterday. But I want to, introduce you to the real stars of this, Mo and Mazen, Bad Films. Yo, say hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So guys,
What's up?
like everybody knows that I'm the pawn here. You guys are the real superstars. How did you feel when this thing dropped? Like, what was your reaction?
It was, for me at least, it was kind of, okay, first of all, you're not just a pawn. This is very much of a collaborative effort.
It's a very collaborative effort. So
Exactly.
yeah, definitely not a pawn.
But it was kind of dope. Like, to be honest with you, it's kind of seeing that people are noticing. It was just like a crazy ride, starting from like a first iteration of this to being able to increase the production scale and just do a lot, I guess. The sky is the limit. In a way, we keep re-innovating the whole experience, I guess. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's just funny because of course, the article's great, and it definitely gives you a sense of satisfaction and reward. But the first thing that Shawn said when we came out to shoot today was, how do we keep going from here? How do we innovate? We gotta step it up some more.
I was saying that we almost need to reset, right? We almost have to, we got to keep on like destroying what we're doing and figuring out. Like I don't know how long we're gonna do this thing for. I don't know when the pandemic. I hope we'll do this forever, but we need to even take it up another notch, right? How can we get it to even a better level? And we need to sit down and think about it because it never stops.
The train keeps rolling.
But talk to me a little bit about how you guys and your process, how you guys have basically sort of tweaked and iterated, experimented, every single day to get it to where it is now.
Yeah, I mean, if I can just say something, I feel like we're at a point where we have a whole bunch of tools, right? We have a whole bunch of things in our mind, in our skill set, and it's almost like every day we come up to shoot on set, we are just starting from scratch almost every day. And because of all the experience we've built, it's, we can just kind of implement things a lot quicker, and then we kind of have a foundation to build on. I don't know if you want to build on top of that, Mo?
No, I agree. Like, we don't want to get too technical here. We could probably leave that for a YouTube video. But and in short, it was just kind of how do we turn our equipment into like a live stream setup. Traditionally we're not a live stream production company, but not to discredit any of the the people who are doing this for real. But in a way,
Isn't that funny? We are doing this for real, right?
Yeah, like we are. Like
it doesn't register that we are.
Yeah, it's just like this is a space that we just were curious about. In a way, it was just about curious, and then the pandemic in a way helped shift our mindset on how to utilize this equipment into like a production set. And then as the article mentions, this is kind of like a late night show fused with a TED Talk, and then in a way, like the sky's the limit. Like I said, it's kind of how do you make it super engaging, and and Shawn does talk about it from that whole concept of costly signaling, which I believe this is such an important part into like a show. Again, this is why Shawn's great, because he delivers he's such a charismatic person on camera, and to me, that's what seals the deal. Like we can do all the fancy stuff on the back end. We can make it look pretty, cut angles, drop videos, bring in speakers, and all the gear in the world is not gonna change anything unless you're good on camera.
Wow, well, listen, I appreciate the love. Well, I want to go back. What is the first thing that I told you guys when the world like clouded over? What was the first thing that I told you when we wanted to pivot to virtual? What was the first thing I said? It was a trivia question.
I think I remember you like called us and you're like, "Yo, guys, so have you ever done a live stream before?"
Yeah, something
it was like something like, and I'm like, hang on, as the intern will say, hold my beer. And then it was literally like, just like go on the internet, research, and then, and I think that was it. Like that was as simple as like, hey, do you guys know how to do this?
And then the second thing that you forgot to mention is that I said, I don't want to sound like Kanye, but I want the best.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So
that was the piece. You're like, yo, I want to make this into the best of the best.
Like the best. I literally told them at the beginning.
And I guess, like, look, we did it. Well, I mean, like, hey, I mean, we're not saying that.
Listen, there's way, you know,
there's still a lot to improve. In my opinion, there's never like, you never meet the goal. Like, even if you reach that goal, there's like new goals.
Yeah, I basically told the guys, I said, I don't want to sound like Kanye, but I want the best damn virtual experience that anybody has ever seen.
And I'm just gonna say,
that's
honestly,
actually crazy. It's crazy that the article is actually called that.
Yeah, the article is saying that. I mean, to me, it still like doesn't really register. It's still like, well, we're not like there yet in a way.
Well, and I honestly feel like, you know, a lot of people watching this, they're like, yeah, this is all right, right? And you're right. You know, we are always learning. Like this is literally what you're seeing right now is like the first, or you know, if you're scrolling through YouTube or whatever, literally the first inning. Like honestly, we're gonna look at this in a year and be like, that looked like Mickey Mouse.
I was just gonna say about that. I think we're so like laser focused that we sometimes don't look at it from the outside because. Number one, we're like a cohort. You know, we've been like taking our presidency in this place, so it's kind of we see each other like, you know, frequently. We've done probably, I would say, close to 100, maybe even more of these things. And then, to me, every time we do like some like calls and we call in with like a certain organization or anybody who we're doing, whether it's a private or like open source like live stream, and then people are like, "Whoa, Shawn, you're actually in a studio, or like on a stage."
People still
and then exactly, and I was gonna say, like, I'm like, yeah, I guess we are on a stage. Oh yeah, I guess this is kind of cool. Like we're kind of like I'm just so focused on like settings, camera angles, framing, lighting. Like I'm just thinking about that. And then when I look at it, I never really sat down to experience it just from like an attendee point of view. What do you think about that?
No, I mean, I was gonna say basically the same thing. You know, the only thing I'll add is the whole process has just been. We start off the live stream by wanting to do something. Okay, way back in March or something like that was when we started, or April was when we started this thing, and then we started by not necessarily being able to tackle every single problem. We just kind of had one specific thing that we were like, okay, how do we just do this thing?
Yeah.
And then from that point to this point, all we've been doing is adding one more element, and then one more element after that, and then one more element after that. And then slowly, over time, we've gotten to this. So remember, Shawn, how you said this is kind of like the first innings of the live stream? Yes, it is. But I guess everything else has been, you know, the beta version, so 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and then now we're on version 1, I guess, right?
Well, I think what we have right now definitely is version 1, and I know we got to sit down and figure out like, okay, so how do we take? We've been always talking, how do we take it? I mean, even like the, you know, not to get too technical, but even like the 4K, like we were able to do this thing in 4K, which was like a small switch, and you guys got these cameras. Anyways, long story short, because I'm just looking at the time.
We're actually currently in the middle of
we're actually in a session. We're actually in a live stream right now. You know, want to give you guys love. You guys, it's been like a dream working with you guys. I want to also shout out some people that they're not here on stage, but instrumental in this. Neve, editor. She's amazing. Reagan, who helped out in the beginning as well. I'm still doing a couple things as well on the editing side. Everybody at Maya Horowitz Theatre here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Dennis, Victor, Kristen, they have really been unbelievable in just making us feel comfortable here in this theater. Of course, Kevin Kruse, my man, you can see him in the background right there, who wrote this great article. Thank you so much. And anybody else you guys want to thank?
No, you're right.
It's like an acceptance.
I think all the moderators.
All the moderators.
The moderators. Well, man, we had to be honest, like I said, this is very much of a collaborative effort. A lot of people behind the scenes. So thank you for all the positive words, and again, thanks to you, Shawn, for inspiring us to tackle this beast that we're still figuring out.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey.
Peace.
Fantastic.